This is a stack of my favorite female authors that I think you should be reading. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and today guys, we are talking about some of my favorite female authors. But before we get into that, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel grow, and you can check the description box down below for links to all my social media, including the Discord, if you want to join the Wizardly Duo Discord community. We would love to have you there, as well as my Patreon and / book club, which you can join for as little as $1 a month and join in on those discussions. It's been a lot of fun so far. With that out of the way, I have got a list of all of my favorite female authors that I could find on my shelves. I'm sure there's some that I'm just not thinking of right now. I probably don't either own the books or they're digital, but these are the ones that I own physically, which makes this a very, very good list. And we've already got like over 10 authors here with a good mix between trad and indie. So we're going to jump right into this. This is not a tiered list. This is not like, this is the best. This is just like, hey, these are all fantastic authors that I think you should 100% be checking out. So right off the top, I've only read a novella from this author, but it's such an impactful novella. This is Your Blood and Bones by J. Patricia Anderson. And let me tell you what, there are no named characters in this book, but the writing elicits such emotional resonance with me that I can't help but think of it. Whenever I look at this novella, I'm just like, man, that was such a powerful reading experience. And she's got other books that I need to read. One being, I believe it's called The Daughters of Tith. It's a big old chunky book. But just based off of my reading experience of a novella, she makes this list because that was such a great experience for me that I'm excited to read more from J. Patricia Anderson. And before we get any further, I will of course have my affiliate links for all of these books if you want to check them out, linked in the description box down below so that you can check out these authors for yourself. Next up, we have got L. McCrae, and right here I've got the Dragon Spirits book number 1. This is my favorite series by L. McCrae. This is like Dragon Spirits. It's a huge emotion. We've got nature spirits that form dragons that then give people magical abilities. We've got characters with memory loss. We've got just beautiful relationships, deeper, darker mysteries. I mean, this is just like an emotional gut punch. Lauren writes characters in such a fantastic way that like you're gonna feel like you know these individuals by the time you're done with the book. She just writes such fantastic characters. There's also the Worlds of Lunaria series that she also enjoys, but Dragon Spirits I think is where my heart lies when it comes to Lauren's book. They're just so fantastic, but Maroto is also really good with an ending that was just beautiful. So this is Ella McCrae, definitely one of my favorite authors. Whenever Lauren drops something, I always send away. I'll like message her and I'll be like, hey, what do I need to do in order to get this physical copy in my hand? Because she doesn't list these on Amazon usually. So I'm always on the hunt for how to get L.L. McCrae physical books into my hands because I want these proudly displayed on my shelf. Love Lauren. She's awesome. Next up, we have got Emma Wong. Of course, Emma Wong was going to make this list. I have read 2 books by Emma Wong. I have read The Sword of Kaigen and Blood over Brighthaven, and I thought Sword of Kaigen was a masterpiece. The twists, the turns, the emotional gut punch. Apparently, I like a good emotional gut punch. Like, my diaphragm is probably aching from all the emotional gut punches that I've received from these authors. And yet, I love it so incredibly much. But Blood over Brighthaven just takes that and ratchets it up just 10 notches. Like, I thought this was an absolute grand slam dunk, touchdown, field goal, whatever other sports terminology I can throw at this. I thought this was it. It was phenomenal. I loved Siona. I loved the Quinn. I loved the cast system. I loved the magic system. This all just works for me. It's a fantasy standalone. And, I mean, so far, like, M.L. Wong with those 2 books has not missed. Now, Sword of Kaigen has a couple things that she was trying to integrate into another series that I believe was like the Theonite world. It was like a YA Portal Fantasy style of thing, and she was trying to tie Sword of Kaigen into that. I haven't read those, but just between Sword of Kaigen and Blood over Brighthaven, I mean, at the rate that Emma Wong is improving her writing craft, like, Robin Hobb doesn't stand a chance. Now, that's of course in jest, because Robin Hobb makes the next list, or is next on this list. This is a phenomenal series. I don't really need to sell you on Robin Hobb. She writes The Realm of the Elderlings, plus I believe there's the Soldier's Son trilogy. Have I gotten the name of that trilogy right or incorrect? I don't know. And then there's like something Pigeons, where she wrote under the name Megan Lindholm. I haven't read any of those things. I've only read Realm of the Elderlings. And the first 9 books, for me personally, on Realm of the Elderlings is some of the best character work I think I've ever read when it comes to fantasy. She has just a way of emotional gut punch. Again, just right in there. There's a lot of emotional gut punches in the Realm of the Elderlings, and just Fitz and the Live Ship Traders crew and all of them, and just I want to reread the first 9 books of the Realm of the Elderlings. Like, that sounds delightful. I don't know when I'll have the time to do that, but if you want character-based fantasy, Robin Hobb's where it's at. Next up, of course, we've got Tori Tekken, with stickers about to fall out everywhere. Okay, Tori Tekken. We've got Bloodstones, there's Phase, there's a new book coming out from Tori here. Hopefully soon, fingers crossed, but Tori just puts so much heart and emotion into her stories. She's been writing for going on, I think, 2 decades, close to, and she's my age. So that should tell you how long she's been in this game. She's been writing since she was young, self-publishing the entire time. And the experience shows on the page. She writes great characters, immersive worlds. The characters feel real, and the decisions that they make, like, you can be like, oh, that's so, like, why did you do that? And you're like, oh, these are just people. And the characters come alive. And the world building, there's just so much thought and care and emotion put into these. I love Tori's works, and I cannot wait to not only get more and more and more of her future releases, but also to explore some of her backlog. So Tori Tekken is definitely one of my favorite female authors, and a good close personal friend. I do have to preface that I am friends with Tori. But, and this is a but, I am about to talk about what an author who could potentially be one of my favorite authors of all time. This is an author who feels like they're writing books just for me. And when you find an author like that, whose works you just absolutely resonate with, like, I mean, it's just on a wavelength, and that is Cal Black. I have yet to not read something from Cal Black that I just could not put down. There, like, quite literally, I would stay up late, and I would wake up early in the morning, completely exhausted, and go, that was worth it. That was so worth it. Cal Black writes in such a way where, like, this explores so much of, like, this is, the, what's the name of the series? Gaslamp and Western Fantasy? No. This is a Gaslamp and a Western series so far, but she's got other books coming out here soon, like Strange and Sundry Magic is probably my most anticipated book of 2025. This is Legends and Legacies, so we follow Mildred Berry, who is Survivor's Guild. She's got PTSD. She's an elf in a Western setting. Fantastic series. And if you ever wanted to know what resonates with me the most, the book 2 of this series absolutely knocked my socks off. I was just immediately, as soon as I picked up that book, hair blown back, on the floor, in nirvana. I love that writing so incredibly, incredibly much. I cannot stress how much I enjoy Cal Black's work. Next up, we've got a book/series that I had to get the entire set of. This is J.A. Andrews of the Keeper Chronicles. And this is like the kind of fantasy bread and butter that I grew up on. This is the stuff I absolutely love. We've got librarians. We've got people with a love of books. These librarians are the magical users. They're political advisors. They go out and they protect the realm and do all sorts of stuff like that. They protect against the evildoers. I love this. This is like, you know, you got dwarves, you've got dragons, you've got magician librarians, you've got kings and princes and queens. Oh, this series was phenomenal. And that's J.A. Andrews. And I have, I think, another 3 books by this author that I really want to get to. The writing was just so digestible, so easy to read, with such amazing and impactful characters. Oh, this is good stuff. Please make sure you are checking out J.A. Andrews. After J.A. Andrews, we've got Will the Wayfinder by Lily Ann Crow. Just easy to read, great characters, an awesome adventure. A lot of the reason why I got into reading fantasy, it's almost got that, like, you know, just that quest-based structure of, hey, we're going on to take a job, let's go on this quest, band of characters, found family, there's twists and there's turns and there's ancient civilizations, all that kind of stuff I just really enjoy, and it's executed super, super well by Lily Ann Crow. I've only read one book by this author so far, but I have the next 2 books in this series, and I am so excited to get to those because Lily Ann Crow is awesome. Then we've got 6 more authors to talk about. Obviously, we've got Janie Wertz here. I could have held up Daughter of the Empire, but that is a co-author project that she had with Raymond E. Feist. This is Cycle of Fire. And again, this is just a kind of classic 90s style fantasy with great writing, fantastic characters where the themes are on the page, but there's twists. This is a blend of genres of fantasy and sci-fi, and it's just really, really, really cool. And if you need any excuse to pick up Janie Wertz, like, she's just absolutely blowing up on BookTube. There's tons of read-alongs going along for Wars of Light and Shadow. And frankly, The Daughter of the Empire that she did with Raymond E. Feist is one of my favorite political fantasies of all time. She is an absolute master of writing fantasy. Please do yourself a favor and check out Janie Wertz if you have been holding back, because you're just doing yourself a disservice. Next up, we've got Jacqueline Hagan, and this is Gaslamp style fantasy with, again, emotional gut punches just right there in the solar plexus. This is fantastic stuff. I love reading Jackie Hagan's work. I really need to return to the series. I really need to prioritize and get caught up someday. There's so many books, so little time, but we've got, again, that found family aspect that I just really like, executed super, super well. We've got coming of age, we've got factions, we've got hidden mysteries and stuff like that. We've got otherworldly realms. We've got some horror elements. It's just all really well done. And this is the Riverfall Chronicles, book number 1. And I promise you, read the first page of this, you're going to be hooked. Read the first page, you're going to be hooked. Read the first line, you're going to be hooked. One of the best opening lines of any book I've ever read, other than maybe The Dark Tower. Like, just so incredibly eye-catching and engaging. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Then we've got my favorite mystery writer. Well, I guess one of my 2 favorite mystery writers. One being Agatha Christie, but then I can't say Agatha Christie without saying Patricia Meredith. This is A Deed of Dreadful Note, but she's also done the Spokane Clock Tower Mysteries. Patricia is a good friend of mine, and I've done many collabs with her over the last couple of years. She's fantastic. She's awesome. She does such detailed research into these time periods, into the clothes that the people wear, into the cooking that would do. I mean, and a lot of these books have like recipes in the back that are like period correct. Fantastic stuff. Patricia is so passionate about the work that she does, and the mysteries are so engaging, especially in Spokane Clock Tower. Whew! There were some moments in there I was just wide-eyed going, whoa, that was awesome. So yes, I have to shout out Patricia Meredith. Please do yourself a favor. If you like mysteries and you like indie mysteries, check out Patricia Meredith. You're just waiting to discover your next great read there. Next up, we've got Palmer Pickering, and I could have held up Heliotrope, but instead I reached for Darktown because this is the active series that she is currently working on, but Heliotrope is a standalone as well, with arguably one of the best opening scenes that I've read in a long time. Like, that first 50 pages is so engaging and so engrossing. It was almost Robin Hobb level. Really good. We've got somebody who's just doing artisanal work in that series, and they're older, they're a grizzled veteran, they're very non-stated, and when they do something awesome, fantastic. She's got wide range because she's not only writing fantasy standalones, she's writing YA, sci-fi, and now we're doing a lit RPG with Darktown, where we've got, again, that nice found family element. We've got well thought out mechanics, compelling characters, shape-shifting goblins that can turn into cats. It's just fantastic. Whenever I am reading a Palmer Pickering book, I know I'm in for a solid, enjoyable reading experience. She hasn't let me down yet. Did I mention emotional gut punches yet? Because this author has got that in spades. This is K.E. Andrews, and this is The Assassin of Grins and Secrets. And this is one of the series where I I will drop probably everything when the sequel to this comes out. Because Saren, I had this on my shelf for like a year, looking at it, looking at the cover going, that's probably not going to be for me. And then all of a sudden, like now it's one of my favorite covers, and this is one of my favorite books. Because Saren, this assassin who is just trying to protect what she cares about most, is being put through the ringer. She's been tortured, she's been abused, all sorts of stuff has happened to Saren, and yet she is this emotionally strong and just awesome, badass assassin. And I've got nothing but good things to say about The Assassin of Crimson Secrets by K.E. Andrews. She's written other stuff as well. I have it on my shelf, just haven't gotten to it yet. But this was almost my book of the year, I think, when in the year that I read it. Was that 2023 or 2024? I have no idea. But, I mean, just great pacing, great characters, great theme work, great setting, great world building. Awesome, awesome, awesome story. K.E. Andrews is just in a whole nother league when it comes to writing really, really compelling stories. And then we've got Rachel Aaron, and this is the author that I reach for when I need the old palate cleansed. When I need something that I'm just going to decompress from, and I'm just like, hey, what's something that's going to be fun and entertaining? I reach for a Rachel Aaron book, and there's just tons of books out there now. There's, this is Eli Mon Press, then there's DBZ, there's Heartbreakers, then there's the Western one that she's doing, and she's also writing one with like witches and stuff like that. So there's a whole bunch of series, massive backlog that I am so excited to just explore throughout the years, because if I ever run out of palate cleansers, I know that I can always just reach for a Rachel Aaron book, and I'm solid. I'm good as gold. They're fantastic books, especially great to reach for when you're in that reading mood. I think that's the best way that I can say that. But this is just my list. I want to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments section down below some of your favorite female authors. Let's shout them all out in the comment section down below. Tell me why you love them. Don't do spoilers or anything like that, but I would just like to get a good old long list of recommendations. And of course I've got Anne Rice up there. I've got Carol Berg up there and stuff like that. There are other authors that I still need to explore, but I'm always looking to expand that list. So I hope to see you in the comment section down below where we can have an awesome discussion about this. That's really all I got for you today, guys. So till next time, peace out, stay magical, bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons. Thank you for supporting my passion and my hobby. It means the world to me.